everyone, I'm Linda McHenry, host of The Writer's Voice, and my guest today is Dewitt Henry, a writer, editor, and teacher. How are you, Dewitt?
I'm fine. I have no Mick in my last name, but
Hey, not
we
everybody
got
can
that
be
in
as lucky
common.
as me. So we are going to talk about you being an editor and the fact that you're a founding editor of a magazine. We're going to talk about memoirs, and then you have a special thing you want to talk to us about, Eternal Ribbons. So first, though, why don't you tell us about your book that's coming out in the month of April, correct?
Yes, it is. It is out, even though I haven't seen it. It's available on Amazon.com. And it's called Endings and Beginnings, Family Essays. And it's a collection of published pieces that date back in time, maybe anywhere from 10 to 15 years, but they're arranged in a way that is unusual.
And this is a memoir, right?
That's correct.
That's good. So that will be available, and people can find that when it's available. They can, after, other than Amazon, they'll find it on your website as well, right?
And hopefully in bookstores.
And hopefully in bookstores, even more importantly in bookstores, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us about your experience founding that magazine, because it's a very interesting story.
It was 50 years ago. Vietnam War was tailing down. I finished a degree at Harvard. I was living in Cambridge down the street from a bar called The Plough and the Stars, which was an Irish pub. And I was kind of unversed in Irish pubs. It turned out that Irish pubs have a wonderful literary tradition. And one of the founders of this pub was a man named Peter O'Malley, and he was the bartender. And I stopped in there one day as a Harvard graduate student. We started chatting, and he said, well, I've been thinking about starting a literary magazine. I thought, oh, well, I did that in college. Came up with a first issue, and it looks like this.
Oh, wow. So talk to us a little bit about Memoir, because that's something you specialize in. And I know.
Well, I lived that revolution. I began as a believer in pure fiction. One of my telling a story about somebody who isn't you, and even a story about somebody who is extremely different from you. And that's a kind of essential discipline that delivers objectivity.
There is something that you can share that everybody is going to love, okay? And it has to do with love, and it has to do with eternal ribbons. You and I talked a little bit about this. We agree about the philosophy, but I would really appreciate it if you would share your perspective on it, because I think my listeners are going to love it.
Well, I sort of have to put this together what I'm just saying, that when that book didn't get widely recognized, it broke my heart, the heart that had spent 13 years on the art to make it happen. And the first book was called Sweet Dreams, and it was about the earliest things that I had experienced, which was basically a coming of age in this crowded family that had dysfunctional issues. Then I had a second book, or chapters, or episodes that I called Safe Suicide. And that was my midlife. And it was my time of midlife crisis, but it was so the book that I just have coming out now is the concluding volume of the three. And from my midlife recovery. So when you get to this ribbon idea, I was looking for a cover. So what I chose was a painting or a sketch called Bond of Union, and it's a man and a woman, but they're made of strips of themselves. It's like the orange has been peeled, and the orange connects them, or the peels connect them. But there is no beginning and no ending. But what there is relationship.
Thank you so much for chatting with us here on The Writer's Voice. People can find you on your website at dewithenry.com, and your book is coming out, or is out now. You just don't have it, but they can find it on Amazon and bookstores near you. And that's Beginnings and Endings. Is that the title of it?
That's the title, with an ampersand for the end.
There you go. Okay. DeWitt Henry, thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. It's been a pleasure.